Have you ever wondered why Google Street View covers so little of Germany and Austria? And in those places that are covered, the images are hopelessly out of date and half the buildings are blurred out. How did this come to pass? In both countries, this has to do with privacy. Privacy is as important to Germans and Austrians as free speech is to Americans, and anything that looks even slightly like mass surveillance is treated with great suspicion. In Germany, the press and some politicians raised the issue of security breaches. The German Minister for Consumer Protection warned that using Google Street View you could get an insight into people's private lives and even find out what their security arrangements are. The press whipped this up into a story about how criminals could use Street View to plan burglaries. Some people even got the impression that Street View would work in real time, so burglars could see when nobody was home. Google promised to blur out the homes of anyone who wanted it and set about taking pictures in 20 of Germany's biggest cities. But they received 250,000 requests to blur properties, and because this has to be done by hand, that was a serious problem. And so Google simply stopped. Street View was a lot more trouble than it was worth, and so there it sits, over 5 years out of date and with no likelihood of it ever being updated. Incidentally, it is perfectly legal in Germany to take pictures of these properties from public spaces and even to publish them. Things went even more badly in Austria. There was the same fear of burglars, but in addition it was discovered that Google Street View cars were picking up residents' Wi-Fi signals, which was genuinely a bit of a concern. The Austrian authorities forced Google to stop photographing the streets. They later allowed Google to resume, but with extra conditions attached. As well as automatically blurring faces, Austria demanded that anyone who was pictured outside of a church, a hospital or a women's shelter be completely blurred, not just the face. And any private gardens that could be seen by the camera but not by passers-by also had to be obscured. At this point, Google decided that Austria was basically asking the impossible, and so left. And because the same issues that affected Google would also affect any other company doing the same thing, don't expect the competition to leap in and meet the demand. If you want to see Germany or Austria, you'll have to come over and visit. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not send me a postcard? Here's the address. Or visit Rewboss.com, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my blog.